Hey guys, Coach Daniel here for your Wednesday high intensity interval training. Hope everybody had a good start of the week here. Here to bring you your Wednesday morning pump, Wednesday evening pump, whenever it gets to you, all right? So first thing we're gonna do to warm up is get 1 minute of either jumping jacks, high knees, jump rope. You have a Peloton bike at home, maybe a treadmill. 1 minute of your favorite cardio activity, and then we are going to get right into it, all right? So I'm going to leave that up to you guys. You guys can pause the video, and then once you're done here, click play and then rejoin us, all right? So once you are done with that, we have 4 rounds here, guys. 4 rounds of just 2 exercises. It's going to be 15 bodyweight squats and then 5 to 10 push-ups, all right? So let's get right into it. First things first, when we do our squats, you want to have a slight external rotation of your feet, so your toes are not exactly pointed forward, but they're not exactly pointed out towards the side. All right, right underneath our hips, and now from here we'll just drop our hips straight down, push into the floor to stand up. We have 15 good ones here. Nice, and then from there we have our 5 to 10 push-ups. All right, so again, just a couple cues for the push-ups. We're going to get into a high plank position, hands directly underneath our shoulders. And now from here, I'm going to spread the floor to bring my elbow pits forward, control myself down, and then push into the floor to get up. We have 5 to 10 here. Nice job, guys. So again, just to reiterate, just those 2 exercises, 15 bodyweight squats, 5 to 10 push-ups for 4 rounds. Sorry, excuse me. I'm going to leave you guys to it. You can pause the video there. Once you're done, come join us back. All right? So moving on, guys. Now we have our specific prep series. It's going to be 2 rounds of 3 exercises each. All exercises are going to be on the floor here, okay? So just pay attention. Follow me. Follow along with me here. I will walk you through 1 round, and then the following 2 are on you. The first thing we have, guys, we're going to get into a 6-point position. So on our hands and knees. Again, hands directly underneath our shoulders. Knees directly underneath our hips. I'm going to bring my one hand out onto the side of my hand, and then out about 3 inches out to the side. Keep my hand where it is and bring my hips back into my heels. These are our lat stretch, guys. We have 5 on each side. Nice job. As you bring your hips back to your heels, you should feel your lat stretching out. Oh, yeah. All right, now we are going to be on our side here, guys. I'm going to be on my side. My bottom arm is going to be straight out in front of me, bottom leg, nice and locked out. Then I'm going to take my top leg, keep it at a 90-degree angle with my knee in contact with the floor the entire time. Try to keep your knee in contact the entire time to avoid compensation through that low back, all right? So this top hand is going to be on top of my bottom hand, and now I'm going to follow it with my eyes as I go to open up here. Open up to the best of our mobility, and then come back. You should feel some activation in that upper back, thoracic spine area. Oh, we have 5 on each side here. Take your time, guys. You should try and get a little bit further, a little bit more range of motion every single rep. Nice. So just a couple things there. As I mentioned before, you want to keep that top leg, or that top knee, I should say, in contact with the ground. Otherwise, or because if that knee comes out off, chances are you are compensating by flexing that low back and rubbing those vertebrae together. Typically, they don't mix up too well. All right, last thing we have are our single leg glute bridges. So I'm going to have my foot flat on the ground, knee slightly bent, up, non-working leg floating in the air. We have 10 on each side here. Main things here, guys, is you want to drive your heel into the floor to raise up your hips and squeeze your glutes and your core at the top. If you guys are feeling it in your low back rather than your hamstrings and your glute, chances are you are compensating somewhere. Take your time here, take a deep breath, and then get back to it, okay? Nice job there, guys. So as I mentioned before, we have those 3 exercises just for 2 rounds. Finish those up. You're going to pause the video here to complete that, and then you're going to hit play once you are done. You had some water, and then you're going to join us, or join me, I should say, for our first strength series, okay? First strength series, guys, we got a nice little 10-to-1 dumbbell complex. So what I mean by that, it's going to be 4 exercises. You are going to have 1 rep of each exercise. You know what, let's start higher. Let's start 10 reps and then work our way down. So we're going to have 10 reps of every exercise, followed by 9, then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once we are done with 1 rep of all 4 exercises, we are done with that series. We're going to get a quick sip and then move on, right? So for this series, guys, all we need is a pair of dumbbells. I wouldn't recommend going too heavy because, again, these 4 exercises, especially starting at a high volume, are going to be fairly intense here. All right, so let me just grab my weights and then I'll show you what we got. So as an example, guys, I grabbed 15-pound dumbbells. So guys, I would say around 15 to 25. Ladies, I wouldn't go any heavier than 15 here, all right? So our 4 exercises are an RDL, bent over row. We have clean to press, and then squat jumps. I would like us to do the squat jumps without the weights, but if you guys are feeling a little bit spicy, let's hit it with the weights, all right? So first things first, let's rip these RDLs. For our RDLs here, guys, what we want to do is have our toes facing forward, feet about hip width apart. I'm going to have a slight bend in my knee and then push my hip back, back, chest stays neutral, almost parallel to the ground. Then I'm going to drive my hips through violently. Again, just like so, feel that stretch in your hamstring and then fire those hips through. We have 10 there. On that 10th rep, you're going to hold it down at the bottom and drive your elbows back and up towards the back of your hips. Elbows are going to be even with your rib cage here. Just like so. Nice job, guys. Remember, stay tight in that core. That way, you save your low back from some stress. Second thing we have is a clean to press. So I'm going to get a slight dip and then pop up here, dip, and then pop up here. All right, so 2 dips and 2 pops. Again, dip, pop up to that front rack position, dip, and then press overhead. All right, we have 10 here to start. Nice job, guys. And on that 10th rep, again, our squat jumps here. If not, drop the weights, normal squat jumps, right? But you are going to just dip down to a quarter squat position and then jump as high as you can, land that, and then get into your next rep, all right? So we're going to start here with 10. Again, quarter squat, and then jump up nice and high. If you're not going to have the weights, you guys can use your arms. So you're going to pop down here, arms come back, and then use your arms to get forward. Again, land every single time and jump up there. All right, nice job, guys, there. Finish up 10 all the way to 1. Again, RDL, bent over rows, clean and press, and then body weight, or I shouldn't say body weight, I should say squat jumps. All right, 10 to 1. And then once you're done there, grab a quick sip and then hit play to see what we got next. Next is going to be 3 rounds of 2 exercises. Again, we will need a pair of dumbbells. For the first exercise, they're unnecessary, but we do need them for exercise number 2. First thing we have here are eccentric push-ups for 10 reps. So we're going to get into that high plank position. Again, rib cage up towards the sky, scoop our hips. We're going to count 3 seconds on the way down. 3, 2, 1, and then drive up here. If that is very stressful for you, I do recommend dropping to a modified position as opposed to going down for only 2 seconds. The tempo here is the most important thing. Again, if you're going to go from that modified position, you don't want to be right here where you're in a straight line from your hips to your shoulder. You want to be more angled out here. That way we can keep a better range of motion Feet are off the floor again. 3, 2, 1, and then pop back up. As opposed to here, it kind of limits our range of motion and our quality, and it just doesn't look very well. All right, so we got 10 reps there on a 3-second eccentric on the way down. From there, we have a clean and squat. So I'm going to grab my pair of dumbbells. Again, I wouldn't recommend going any higher than 25, 30 pounds, but we are gonna get a slight dip and pop up to that front rack position. And then from here, squat straight down. Again, dip, pop, squat straight down, and then fire up. Dip, pop, squat down, fire up. We have 12 reps there. So 10 eccentric push-ups with a 3-second count on the way down, and then 12 clean and squats for 3 rounds. All right, just those 2 exercises for 3 rounds. Again, I'm gonna have you guys rock that by yourself. Click the pause button. Once you finish up there, quick sip, click resume, and then see what we got coming up. We got our finisher here, guys, our finisher. So what we're going to do is a little pyramid training. The way that it's going to work, it's going to have 2 exercises here. You need a kettlebell for this exercise, all right, guys? The 2 exercises are burpees and kettlebell swings, all right? The way that we are going to work this pyramid is we are going to do 10 reps of each exercise, then 8, then 4, and then 2. Once we are done with the first set of 2, we're going to do 2 again, and then go back up to 4, 6, 8, and finish with 10 each. All right, so we're going to go up the pyramid and then back down. Or excuse me, we're going to go down the pyramid and then back up. So I guess it's like that. But with that being said, if you do not have a kettlebell, you can use a dumbbell. And instead of a kettlebell swing, you will do a goblet squat. All right, so let me grab my kettlebell and then I'll be back to show you what we got. All right, guys. So I didn't go too aggressive here. I just got a nice little 35-pounder. I wouldn't go too hard because I'm sure by this time we are pumping out pretty well, feeling it a little bit. All right, so first things first, if you do not feel comfortable with a full burpee, which is a squat, kick back, push up, come back up, and jump, then you will do a squat thrust, which is very similar, just a slight modification. So hands on the floor, kick back, and then stand up. All right, so you have 10 burpees to start. Once you are done there, we are going to move on to our kettlebell swing here, guys. The way that I like to set up for a kettlebell swing is I like to stand over the kettlebell, then take 1, 2 steps back. Now from here, karate chop my hips, so I'm hinged. You see how my chest comes forward when my hips comes back? That's a good sign. But notice I can't reach the kettlebell. So now what I have to do, lower my hips here. From here, I'm going to engage some tension by trying to break the kettlebell, hike it back to my hips, and then real violent hip drive to get it out. Notice how I'm not lifting the kettlebell with my shoulders. I'm moving it through my hips. My hands are merely holding on to it. So we have 10 reps there to start. And then again, as I said, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. 2 again, 4, 6, 8, 10 to finish up. That is our finisher for today, guys. Enjoy this Wednesday workout. Let me know how you like it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your week.